Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. This is the Princeton Pong October Open, and we have the finals. Sorry for the wait, had a few other matches running in the background. We have Henry Zhong versus Mishel Levinski. Mishel, of course, known for his trademark reverse pendulum service. Henry, very controlled two-wing looper. Mishel is going to be the first to start us off with a service. Both of these players incredibly high level, 2500 rating. Should be some fireworks. And Henry likes to wait a little bit. Doesn't attempt to go for counters off of spinny balls with pace. Likes to kind of let the other player get at his attack again. And a quick 3 points to boot off. And changes up the speed of the service. Goes for the long, fast underspin service. And puts a point up on the board. Mishel. Been getting quite the ideal receives back from the serves that he's sending out. And Henry is going to have to watch the length on those balls a little bit. Make sure that the balls are not drifting along to where he's letting Mishel just get all sorts of opening loops against him. A 2-4 scoreline. Mishel had a bit of a fast start there, but Henry keeping things in control. Solid placement on that push there. Throws Henry off. Reverse pendulum serve, side under. And right into the net it goes. It looks like we have a code baby in the background. And we will be resuming play. A 4-6 scoreline. And Henry to serve yet again. Okay, opting for the service to be on the longer side. Which is interesting. I don't know if that's going to be working out for him to let Mishel get all these opening attacks. And he's going to really need to get a grip on his service here because his service is slipping away. He's letting Mishel get his pushes, whatever, and even that push there off of Mishel had so much quality on it that Henry could only open up with a subpar quality opening loop, and Mishel was just able to counter outright. He's going to need to find some solutions. He's going to need to shake things up a little bit. That being said, I think Mishel is pretty much going to be running away with this first one here. A service error from Mishel on the reverse pendulum serve. You don't really see that one too often. Mishel guides that ball cross court. A little bit too telegraphed for Henry. Able to read quite easily. A swooping backhand opening loop. Fine contact. Oh man, measured with a ruler. Unbelievable. Parallel opening loop on the backhand, and then down the line with the forehand, just getting all sorts of angle on Henry here. Now, what we've seen Henry really struggle with here, more than anything, is his own service choice. So he's going to need to tighten up those serves. Second game of the match. Now both of these players, funny enough, are lefties. I believe last final was 2 lefties as well. Opening loop from Mishel sits up a little high, just high enough to where Henry just backhand slaps it. Now, almost looks like a mirror of the last game of the match. An inverted mirror, though. Henry this time leading 3-1. The Chiquita over the table has so much side spin. Henry sends the ball cross court, and then Mishel says, you know what? Let me test how good your footwork is. Make you run all the way wide to the forehand and earns the point. Being said, looks like the service game for Henry is coming through here. Now getting a point right off the service. Complete misread from Henry Zhong here on the reverse pendulum serve. And even when he reads it properly, he's not able to get too much variation on the returns that he is giving Mishel, and he's giving him quite easy attacks here. Easy, of course, being the relative word here, as both of these players are incredibly high level, sitting at a 2,500 rating minimum each. A let ball. Chiquita over the table, giving Henry yet again some trouble. And Henry, man, those soft receives and all these unconvincing returns are pretty much the same as giving Mishel the point for free. You can't let off the pressure here. Got to control that distance. And you got to keep the variation up. Got to think up of something here. Perhaps step in with a backhand flick. Attempt to go for a flip. Anything at all, but Mishel, man, he's waiting in that backhand corner. You see him on the prowl there, almost like a lion, and he just reads. He is reading everything Henry is throwing at him perfectly. He is in his head right now. And like clockwork, Mishel with a 10-5, 5-point lead, and that is also 5 game points. The enemy is in disarray. And Henry Zhong looks like he's on the ropes. All right, off to our third game of the match here. The strawberry receive. Mishel moves fast enough to get in position, loops the ball across court. Quite a bit of a high arc. Henry unable to get over that ball. Service once again giving Henry so much trouble. Ooh, that chop block comes over the table with so much quality and heavy underspin. That ball sinks right into the table. There's no slapping that ball. Hey, it's the right shot selection to be going forward. That shot has been working out with a high success rate for him. Sends it with topspin this time. Sits up high, but the third ball attack, not quite there. Henry Zhong with an opportunity to cover some ground.
What do you have the score at now?
What?
What do you have the score at?
I follow off of Chris. A 3-0 scoreline. And a little bit malicious there. Sends a dead ball after that heated conversation there, or charged conversation at least, and perhaps playing off of Michel's nerves there. A 4-0 scoreline, equalizing it once again. Mishel quickly brushes that exchange off, tells himself focus up. And if my count is right, that is 5 serves that Mishel has earned the point outright on. Just on service aces, not even talking about when Henry is able to successfully return the ball. Oh, ball clips the edge there. That is so frustrating for Henry there. Luck has just not been on his side this match, but luck is a skill. And you got to make your own luck. And make that a 6 count. you can't give Mishel those loose balls, man. Come on. And I feel like we're coming up short on the horizon here. Oh man, that's it. Yep, nope. That's where you shut up shop, close down, get ready to go home. Very little respect given in the way of Henry Zhong right now. Mishel stepped around before Henry even finished the service and took that ball down the line. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Mishel able to close out the Princeton Pong October Open. He has shown up a total of 3 times now. Not quite succeed in the first 2, but hey, 3rd time's the charm. And we'll see if we can get him down for a quick interview. And thank you all for tuning in. Of course, you guys know what it is. If you have any questions, post them in the chat. Let me see here if I could get the face cam on board. Hello, yes, that is me. I am wearing a blue and black flannel shirt. Had to look the part. Okay. And this is where our guest will be sitting. Hey, Chris. Hey, can we get a... Hey, Chris, can you pass me a chair? For the interview?
Chair?
Yeah. Thank you so much. All right. And the winners get a trophy and a prize. Both of these guys. I'm going to just make the camera a little smaller here just so you guys can see what's going on in the background. Mishel changing up t-shirts. Don't want to sit in anything too sweaty. Dana Shulkin, thank you so much for following the stream. We appreciate you watching. And here coming up with club employee Claudia. Hello.
Well,
Always nice to see you.
it's nice to see you too.
Of course, the service questions, we all have them. How long does he practice? How long has he practiced? The man is a master of service. So, at least 10,000 hours, in my humble opinion. That is my best guess. Fantastic. Fantastic. So we got the man himself. Let me bring up the audio a little bit. Mishel, thank you so much for joining us today at the Princeton Pong October Open. Congratulations on winning the Open Finals. How do you feel coming off of that victory?
Thank you so much. I feel great because I've played it quite a few times, and the last 2 or 3 times did not go as well as I wanted it. So I'm really glad that today I was able to be composed and play my level and
Right,
finally
absolutely.
win.
I feel like everything worked out like clockwork there for you. At the beginning, Henry was having a little bit of a tough time to start. You took advantage of that. Straight right off the bat, you closed it out very strong.
Yeah.
Was there any sort of tactics you had in mind coming into this match playing against Henry?
We know each other quite well, and his game is very specific but very tricky if you never play with him. He keeps the ball on the table and uses a lot of spin, and he has this backhand punch. I was just hoping to get a good serve and spin the first ball into his forehand, and if he counterloops, then we can play the point. That was my tactic: short serve to the backhand, play into his forehand first, and it seems like it worked.
I felt like Henry had so much more to offer in terms of play, but he could never show that in this match because your service kept the game in such high control and you had such a grip over Henry. It was very hard for him to escape. I counted at least 6 just outright service errors, and then other parts of the service, you just knew exactly where the ball was going to return. Can you tell us a little bit about your thought process with your service selection and what you were going for there?
So because he's lefty, I try to keep the ball shorter into his backhand, and variation of the spin as always, top spin, underspin, side spin, and so on, fast, short, and faster and slower. As soon as I saw that he's not comfortable with that backhand receive, I just kept feeding him there and changed a few times into his forehand short. To reach the forehand with his penhold left hand is quite difficult. All his receives were coming into my backhand, and I got used to it. So my first ball was 90% of the time on the table, and winner.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, you kept sending him the service and he kept returning it to your backhand. I feel like he was having so much trouble just being able to receive it and not even being able to have any variation on the receives. They're all just coming same tempo most of the time.
This is the problem when someone serves well or receives well. You cannot handle the rhythm and think about placement. You're just thinking, hey, let me get it on the table. And that's difficult. But also his serves are quite tricky. It's a little simpler where he serves a little underspin or no spin, but you can see that a few times I made pure mistakes on the service because I'm in a rush, but because I didn't have so much pressure, I was able to think of a placement much better than him.
Now, in the first game of the match, I honestly felt like maybe he should have respected the length of the balls on his service a little bit. Did you feel like his serves were kind of slipping a little bit long too many times?
I was trying to get into receiving with banana, with my backhand more. So he did a few short ones and then he changed a little longer. It is much harder to get this banana with quality from a long serve.
Yep.
So I think he purposely did it, but I was able to get a normal ball, not so much quality, but not very comfortable for him. I wasn't focusing on the quality, I was focusing on the placement, just so he doesn't go and attack easily.
Right, absolutely. Now, of course, a lot of people have questions, and myself, how much time do you spend practicing those serves, man?
That's a good question. I've never practiced a lot on my service. I was, let's say, gifted with a good wrist. I practiced a few times, I got the hang of it, and I just kept doing it. But I don't have a set amount of hours where I was practicing or I am practicing now. I'll give an example because if I play in a different hole, I will just do about 30 minutes of service just to get the bounce correct and everything. But as far as practicing the serve itself, I got the hang of it. I got lucky.
Well, that makes me feel better, I guess, about not practicing much service. Maybe things will just click in time. What's your current table tennis schedule like? Are you just doing this full time? Are you doing anything on the side? Any work? What do you got going on?
So since before COVID, I've decided to give another chance for table tennis, and I was trying for the Olympics in California last year, right before COVID. I did not do so well, even though I was really prepared. I played nationals and I played qualification for World Championship, and I'm playing now in France. I'm playing some Pro Tours, so my schedule is just playing as much as I can tournaments and going to Europe and overseas for some Pro Tours, get my world ranking up. Yep.
Right, for sure. Where's your current world ranking? Are you
I think
ranked
it's
yet? Or?
yeah, I am. I think it is 440 at the moment.
Yeah, great.
I had a really good tournament last year, right before COVID, at the Spanish Open.
Yep.
Where
Yep.
I made the round of 16, so right before quarterfinal, and yeah, I did a good tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen some of your highlights on your YouTube channel. You're looking very confident, looking very prepared. Is your preparation going into a tournament that big different than your preparation going to something like the Princeton Pong October Open, or are you always just trying to keep it a high level?
At the moment, I try to keep it as high as possible because I am playing in the French league now for a French team, and when I just came back last weekend, so I came back with a good month of practice. But yeah, when I'm here, I'm just trying to play on the table as much as I can, do some gym work, and the preparation for any tournament is the same.
Fantastic. So we talked about the past, we talked about the present. Tell us what you got going on in the future.
There's only one goal for the next 2 years. It's Paris 2024.
Let's go.
And I think it's very tough, but very possible. There are quite few good opponents that are up there for a spot, including obviously Kanak, Kumar, Sharon, Kai Zhang, Jishan, me, and yeah, I think there'll be a big fight over the spots
Right.
that will be distributed
Yep.
for the next Olympics, and I hope to be prepared and hopefully to take one.
Yeah, of course. It was a packed roster this year, and I'm sure next Olympics is going to be as well.
Yeah.
In your opinion, at the level you're currently at, what is the time that you break through and are able to get the perfect game in your head for what you want to do? Is there anything that's kind of like, once I get that or once I do that, then I'm going to feel like
I think for me, at this point, it's very important to feel good and confident. And if I start a game, even if I don't win, but I feel confident, then it's quite hard to stop me for developing my own game and opening it up. But yeah, if I feel comfortable and comfortable on the table, then I am able to open up and do what I want and control the ball with the right rhythm, the speed, the length, and everything. So yeah, when I'm in that position, I'm playing well and I'm happy with myself, composed and doing what I want. But it's not so easy all the time, you know.
Absolutely. All right, final question. Does Mishel currently use a coach?
A coach, yes. I have a coach. My coach is Nissan Aronov from Brooklyn, Nissan Table Tennis Club. He owns and runs the club, and he is my coach. I do have my French coach.
Right, absolutely.
At the club, but yeah, my main coach is Nissan Aronov.
Fantastic. Okay, Mishel, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you.
Much appreciated.
Awesome.
We hope to see you in the next tournament, but if not, we understand you're a busy man, and we wish you all the best and good luck. Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Thank you.
You want
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Al in the Princeton Pong October Open. Fantastic stuff. We may be looking on the horizon of some very good news on my end. I'm waiting to announce it once I get the confirmation on some things, but we might be on to some good things out here. So I'll let you guys know. You guys have a great rest of your evening, and thank you for watching. Like, share, hellos, goodbyes.